Vlogmas day one. Oh my gosh, you guys, welcome back to Vlogmas. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I did take a break. I did attempt to bring the vlog back for the fall, but I could never quite get a full vlog edited. So here we are. We're gonna try to do Vlogmas, and I'm really excited about it. I've got on my favorite Chelsea Pierce Christmas jammies with gingerbread men and candy canes. It's so comfy and soft. And we are depuffing the eyes with my eye masks because anybody that isn't following me on my other socials or maybe doesn't know what I do for work, I work on Broadway as a dresser, and we have a show today because it is Sunday, and we are coming off of our marathon of a Thanksgiving schedule. Usually we get our day off on a Monday. To try and pull myself together, put on these masks because sleep has been evading me. I'm also like looking around my apartment and I'm like, I do have some time before I have to go to work. Let's pick some of this stuff up and like get organized. We've got a big month ahead of us, but we've got a big week ahead of us because it is my favorite time of year in that it's my birthday at the end of the week. Very, very exciting. I do quite enjoy this time of year because my birthday is at this time of year, so it just feels like a big celebration for many reasons. I have this outfit in my mind because I feel like I've been really good about getting dressed, which sounds so weird. It's very easy to fall into like a comfy uniform when doing this job, and some days I need that. Some days I need to just show up in workout wear, and that's fine. But I've been finding that the days where I can put an outfit together and feel really like good in myself, then I just have a better day overall. So we're trying that out. We're giving it a go. I feel like we should just get this vlog going and we can chat as we go. What do I have to do to get my head in the shot? I am sending back my November Newly today, saying goodbye to some pretty great pieces. I wore this coat almost every day the last 3 weeks. So many compliments on it. I really thought about buying it, but I really don't like the tie because it's so thin. I love like a thick belt tie. I think I would rent again. I don't know that I would purchase. I wore it. Oh, there's things in the pockets. Oh my god, I almost shipped off my sunglasses and my headphones. I bet people do that. Oh, money. I have cash in this pocket. Okay. Oh, I literally wore this last night. Like, why didn't I check the pockets? I'm so glad I did that. Oh, that would have been so annoying. Like, not bad, just annoying. I thought I was gonna buy this pink sweater because I wore it quite a lot. I loved it. I got a lot of compliments on it. I love the color, but the neck is just a little too much for me. Great to rent, but I don't think I would ultimately love it. I did think about buying this sweater because I wore it so much. I got a ton of wear out of it. I got so many compliments on it, but I don't know how much I'm gonna wear it going into December and January, just like the colors that I like to wear at this time of year. So instead I bought a dress, which I'm actually really happy I don't have to send back because I didn't get to wear it. I only wore it on Thanksgiving. I thought I wanted to size up, but I got so many compliments on it that I'd be nervous if I sized up, it would be too baggy and big. So I'm excited to wear this. I'm definitely gonna wear this week at some point. I'm also gonna do this return. I bought a skirt, I don't like it, so that's gonna go back. What else? Let's see. That's all my fall decor, which is kind of scary because it's all glass and ceramic and it's just in a bag. And that is my chaos packing for you. I'm trying to decide what coat I want to wear today now that I've given up my like everyday coat. I think it just depends how much I want my legs out, really. I got this wool coat, which I love, but it's quite short, and I want to wear a skirt today. But then I've got my winter coat, which honestly might be the move because it has gotten very cold very quickly. We're gonna do one of my favorite activities, mug switch out season. I don't know. Oh, I know why. I didn't have a place to put this in my mug storage. So we've got my autumn and the Halloween mugs going away. It's time for all the holiday mugs. I love my holiday mug collection. I think I would actually like to get 1 or 2 new mugs this year. And I have a holiday spoon rest. Why? Because I'm hell-bent on getting a full Christmas collection, like plates, butter dish, everything. So this is step 1 to that. I really like it. It's so pretty. I wish that they would bring this collection back again. I'm kind of sad that this is the only thing that I got from it. This is from Anthropology. It was like a holly and berry collection from a few years ago. Anyway, okay, that's done. Yay. Let's go put these mugs away. I'm doing things a little out of order, but I got a ton done in the house, so that's great. I got vacuuming done. I wet Swiffered. The garbage is ready for me to take out. The recycling is ready for me to take out, which is a feat, let me tell you. I don't feel like styling my bangs today, but this blowout from Thanksgiving is still really intact. So I'm gonna do a little half up. And we're gonna put a black bow in so everything will be fine. I'm gonna do a little hair oil to revive this. Beautiful. Let's get dressed. We're gonna pop on these tights first. My shorts for extra support, and now we're gonna do a little black mini skirt and a tank top. Sweater, to be frank, I bought it for a funeral, but I've really been enjoying this style, like this cropped sort of like preppy look. I'm not the type to do like 2 or 3 buttons and leave the rest undone with not a tank top underneath. Also, I'm going to work, but this is much more me. I ended up getting the large. I actually feel like I might have been able to size down to the medium. It's a much more oversized than I thought it would be, but I do quite like that because it does still feel quite cozy. I'm not gonna do any necklaces. Gold Aurelia hoops. I did put on a little red lip today. Powder my face, and then we'll put on the rest of the stuff and be ready to go. Yay! And I'll check the weather and see which coat I should wear. Show you the shoes. So I've got on these booties from Naturalizer, and I have on these little socks for some texture, warmth, and added stability in these shoes. We're going winter coat today. It is under 40 degrees. Actually, while I'm at work, I'm gonna show you some clips from when I went shopping at TJ Maxx for holiday stuff like a month ago, because it didn't make it into a different vlog. So we're gonna put that footage here so it doesn't go to waste. Okay, I was gonna say so far I'm nervous because I don't see Christmas stuff, but I saw one Christmas table in the kitchen section and now I'm starting to see Christmas. So we might be in luck. This is promising. So there are 2 sheet sets I'm really interested in, but I'm open to others. This is gingerbread trees. I think this is so cute. I really like the feel of these sheets. This is so cute. I love him. Before anyone says anything, yes, it feels absolutely unhinged to be shopping for Christmas stuff right now. But our TJ Maxx, Marshalls, and HomeGoods selections are mid at best in the city anyway. And things sell out so fast. Like when they put the holiday stuff out, my roommate and I just happened to go to the store. We were like, oh, come back in a couple weeks. Everything was gone. Everything was gone when we were ready to buy it. So I'm at the point now where I'm like, if it's in the store and I like it, I'm buying it because it won't be here when I get back. Okay, so sheet sets I'm looking for, I don't see, which is fine. It's fine to also just browse. I have to be careful because I see so many things that I would love to have, but I don't have the storage for them, and I need to be smart about my purchases. I did see wrapping paper that I'm really into, which is another thing that like once you see it, buy it. But I cannot bring myself to do that today. I just can't. Looks like we're putting up Christmas stuff today, so I might come back like next week if I don't find anything. It's a good like perusal trip. We are back at Home Goods, and there's so much Christmas stuff out, so I'm feeling good. There are 2 bow bedding things that I really want. So fingers crossed we can get them. And sometimes patience is a virtue. We got one. I'm so excited. Off to a great start. Wow, this brings me much joy. There are a couple other things that I've been seeing that I would be into, but I need to control myself. I didn't find the second thing I'm specifically looking for, but I did find these really cute gingerbread pillows. I walked around with those pillows for a bit, but the more I looked at them, I really thought about like what I have in my current holiday decor, and it's just a little too cutesy. Like, I'm trying to balance the like pink, fun, festive with like a kind of like cottagey vintage feel. And I could have my bedroom different, but there's just other things that I've seen that I'm more interested in buying than those pillows. But I did find coasters that match my bedding, which was exciting. I found the other bedding sheet that I was looking at. I mean, I do not need this much holiday bedding, to be perfectly honest, but it's just so cute. It's a good holiday collection this year. The gingerbread people on the pink. The tree is so cute. This is gorgeous. If I wasn't changing my bedroom colors, I would get this. Okay, this was like a maybe I'll purchase it if I see it in the store, but there's 2 of them. They're so cute, and it's $29.99, so it's like $15 for each, which is far less than they would be at Party Reborn. So some other pillows that I'm loving, but I do have quite a few pillow covers that are Christmas themed. I don't know if I need to add more this year. Okay, if I was in the market for a new stocking, which I seriously do not need to be, because my stocking is perfectly fine, I would be getting this. It's so cute. I do not need another stocking. It's just so adorable. I do kind of wish the toe was a little longer, to be honest. Just a little funky looking. I really could just add a velvet bow to my stocking. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll get some nice velvet and make a bow for my stocking. Not a bad idea. I said it last week, I should have bought the wrapping paper that I saw because I liked it, and now I'm never gonna see it again. I did see wrapping. I wasn't like obsessed with wrapping paper I saw across the street, so I think we have a couple more weeks of stuff coming in that'll be okay. I can probably find something that I like, but I think that'll be the next hunt, is my Christmas cards and wrapping accoutrements. Okay, that was absolutely a success. I feel really happy with those purchases. I ended up finding some cute cocktail napkins on my way out that had a little bow and said Mary on them, so I picked up 2 packs of those. So much wrapping paper was at the checkout. I was like, this is in the wrong spot. They sometimes do that and I don't get it. Like, it was next to the cash registers. I was like, I need a chance to look and see how much I'm getting per roll, because some of your rolls are like $15 for nothing, but some of them you can get a really good deal on them. So I'll be keeping an eye out on the wrapping paper situation. Okay, so I am home from work. I need to put my groceries away. I did not a full grocery shop, but there were like a couple of random things I need to pick up. And I would like to make some dinner, so I'm gonna change into something a little bit more comfortable. I've changed. I'm in this matching set. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to really show you. It's this matching set. It was the getting ready outfit for my friend's wedding, and it's so cute and cozy. I love wearing it. It looks like my gravy is still hot, which is great. I've got my Thanksgiving leftovers. I have been saving them for tonight so that I can just relax and eat them instead of trying to heat them up at work or something. I'm gonna let them cool down while I take off this face mask, and then we're gonna cozy up on the couch. I've got a glass of wine poured, and we're gonna watch Klaus because I feel like crying. to be totally honest. Here we go. This is the plate. I got fresh biscuits, so I made 2 biscuits, but this is my first one. I've got sweet potato pie, which is my mom's sweet potato. It has like a nut brown sugar crust on top. Mashed potatoes, stuffing, roasted Brussels sprouts, and carrots, and turkey, and then I made fresh gravy. Yummy. Here we are, post Klaus. I do not have a voice, and I wept at the end. I was crying through the whole movie because I think once you've seen it once, there are things they've done throughout the movie that hit a little bit harder. And it's been, I feel like the last time I watched this was in 2020. I think it's been a good 4 years since I watched it because of how much it made me cry the first time. I wasn't sure that I wanted to jump back in. And it's so beautiful. I'm in a cloud. I'm just in this fur blanket in my chenille set with my glass of wine, just in a cloud of cozy, and it is my preferred state of being. I think I'm gonna call it there for today, Vlogmas Day 1, because I'm doing weekly vlogs instead of daily vlogs, so I don't have to come up with 30 minutes of footage in a whole day. That's the beauty of the weekly vlog, and also the reason I do it, because I don't think I have enough content for a day's worth of footage, or the brain power to edit all of this footage for tomorrow morning. That's it from today, and I'll see you tomorrow. Hello, it's day 2. It is Monday. What do I want to say? I have a fresh blowout. Okay, you can't be doing that. I just gave myself a blowout. It has been a pretty busy morning, but I didn't want to film it, to be honest, because cleaning videos take up so much brain space for me. I genuinely am in awe of creators that do cleaning videos religiously with really great angles and cuts and all that stuff, because I want to get it done, and I don't want to spend time lining up the angles and then getting mad when my arm gets in the way. I'm trying to balance the singular day off that I have with getting my usual things done, like laundry. I really wanted to deep clean some stuff, which I got done, which feels so good to have that off my plate. And then also I want to continue decorating because I have a couple garlands to put up. A lot of my stuff is at my parents' house, and it lives in their attic. Thankfully, they let me do that. But this year, usually, I'm all over the place. Usually on Thanksgiving, I'm able to bring the stuff back, but this year I wasn't able to, just timing with work and everything. So I don't have all the Christmas decor. It is unclear when it is coming. So I just want to get as much up as I can so that it feels festive. I would really love to bake some cookies tonight. So I think I signed up for a yoga class, and then my period came full force this morning. I keep going back and forth on whether or not I want to go to this yoga class. I haven't been in a month. November kicked my booty and I wasn't able to make it to a single class. So I want to go simply because I haven't really moved my body in that way in a while and I'm missing it. But I also just want to go run some errands and be on my couch. So I'm but I'm go. I keep talking myself back into going. So we're gonna go, and on my way home, I'm gonna stop at the grocery store and get stuff to make soup and cookies. And that is the goal. So, yay. What else? Nothing really. I wanna talk to you about the books that I'm reading and all this stuff, but I also just have things, I can't just sit and talk because I wanna get my things done. So let's decorate for a little bit, and then we'll see where we're at timing wise. I keep saying I'm gonna run out and run back. No, I need to leave for class a little early to run errands. I need to check what time a couple places close, and then other stuff can go on my to-do list for tomorrow. I don't have to do everything on my day off, you know? I'm gonna put on my Christmas playlist because we have the Spotify app on our TV. I'm currently working off of my party playlist. It's got all my preferred Christmas songs right now. I'm loving, absolutely adoring Laufey's new Christmas album. It is so good. It's so beautiful. I'm obsessed with her voice. I love the jazzy Christmas. I love jazz Christmas music anyway, and I love her style, and I'm obsessed with this Christmas album. And also Fruitcake, because the Nonsense Christmas special comes out on Friday. Happy birthday to me. So excited. So I've also been listening to Fruitcake to get into the like Sabrina Christmas mood, and I'm obsessed. I'm literally obsessed. I also can never stop touching my hair when I have a fresh blowout. Just want to keep touching it. Anyway, okay, let's get this Christmas music up, and let's put some garlands up, shall we? And maybe like put some berries and pine cones in them. I don't know. I need to open up my thingy and see what's in it. What's in the storage thing I have. Already starting Vlogmas off to a great start, because last night I chose not to put my light on at the end of the night as like a active choice. It's dead. So things are going great. Anyway, the garlands are up. They look so good. I love what they do to the space. It makes me so happy, and it just adds like such a coziness between the greenery and the lights. And I love doing it in the kitchen too. So that's, it just is like, one, it feels really nice to like click something off of the to-do list, especially something that's like, I have to get up on a ladder and I know I'm not going to get it right the first time. And I love it. And I listened to some Christmas music, and then I listened to my audiobook because I'm so obsessed, and I'm trying to not like speed through it, because I'm really trying to enjoy it, but I'm like getting to the point where I'm like, I just want to finish. I thought before I go to my yoga class, we could chat about some of the books that I'm reading, especially because I just read a couple and DNF'd a couple Christmas romances. So let's get into it, shall we? I am listening to currently Wisteria by Adeline Grace, which is the third book. I don't know what the name of the series is. I'll pop it up on the screen. Belladonna, Foxglove, and Wisteria. I have read them all throughout the course of this fall season, and I love them. I love her writing. I love this idea of like humans. I am really drawn to fantasy stories that always have these like, what's the word? Deities? Like, I guess that's like the closest word I can think of, but like death, fate, life, chaos, like these beings, intrinsic beings, getting a like host and interacting with humans. I usually end up really loving those types of stories, and I like the way she has done it. I will say for Wisteria, I love the story on its own. I don't love it in the context of the other two books. It feels like where we left Signa and Death at the end of Foxglove, I was ready for another Signa book, or at least a book that was going to bring us more of Blythe's POV, but instead it's exclusively her and Fate. And I feel like we're missing, like, we didn't really finish Signa's story. And it feels weird to me that we started this series with Signa and we're not gonna like complete her story. Maybe we will by the end of it, but it feels weird to be in somebody's POV for the entire book. I kind of wish either this had been like a spin-off and we kind of like were getting two storylines, or that Blythe had just been an added POV. We're like 2 hours to the end and I'm like, how is this gonna be? I don't know if this is the last book in the series. I will also put it up on the screen if I find that out. But basically, for anybody that is interested in the series and hasn't read it or heard about it, Belladonna is the first book. I don't really want to talk about any spoilers that come in Foxglove or in Wisteria. So in Belladonna, we're introduced to Signa from the point at which her parents die when she is a baby. And she meets death for the first time. He tries to take her and he can't. It is not her time. And then she grows up. She has a pretty treacherous and tumultuous childhood. And she just keeps getting passed from family member to family member. People keep dying around her and she interacts with death a lot. And then she kind of figures out that if she can get close to the point of dying, she can interact with him, but she won't actually die. Then she gets to her cousin's house. I have to like really think about this. I think it's a cousin. So I think they're like all cousins of hers. In their family, the mom has just passed away and the daughter, who's the same age as Signa, who's Blythe, is like knocking on death's door. And she starts to work with death to figure out who is trying to kill her because she's not sick. And it's also a romance. So there's like this really fun element to it that sort of develops, and I really love how she writes this romance. It feels full of tension. It feels really fraught. So I've been listening to Wisteria. I'm really enjoying it. I really love the audiobook narrator. I've listened to all these books and I like feverishly read them, each one of them, because the narrator's really great, the writing style is really great, like it's all good. It's all good stuff. So that's the audiobook that's on the go right now. I haven't picked it up for the last few nights. I mostly think it's because I've had a million things on my mind, and when I get into bed, it's easier for me to scroll and get like into my phone than it is to pick up a book, which feels sad. But it's the truth. I've been reading The Sword of Kaigan, which I am enjoying. I'm only a couple chapters in. I also think because I'm reading a book that takes like sitting down with, I'm not gravitating towards picking it up when my head is spinning. At work, I am reading The Dollar Gut Dream Department Store, which is so beautiful. I gifted it to my coworker and friend a month ago. She read it and then she was like, do you want to borrow it? Because I think you'd really like it. And I literally walked into the bookstore, I saw the cover, I read the premise, and I was like, I feel like she's gonna like this. It like feels like a lot of the stuff that she reads. And I'm really glad that I'm reading it. It's like nothing I've ever read before. It's about a department store that sells dreams. Heady in the way the fantasy element works in that, and like, where is this? Because they talk about like the streets and the other businesses and but like, where is this department store and how do the customers come in? They pay like through their emotions afterwards, like after they have the dream. And we follow a new employee to the department store. So the first couple episodes, you're like getting familiar with the owner of the department store, the managers in the department store, the types of dreams people can buy in this department store, the types of customers that are coming in. And then we start to see the customer side of it, and I'm like find myself smiling when I talk about it because I'm just like, it's so fascinating. It really is unlike anything I've read before, and it is one of those fantasies that just makes you think about fantasy layers and how fantasy like intertwines with reality. I love it. I'm really enjoying it. I'm trying to watch the clock because I don't want to be running out. Let's get into the holiday romances, shall we? So I have read 3, and by read I finished 1 and I DNF'd 2. This one was Wreck My Plans. It is the type of holiday romance that I look for when I'm going to pick up holiday romances. It is a brother's best friend, and there's a 10-year age gap between the two characters. She is coming back home after deciding that she wasn't going to go home for Christmas, but something happened with her other plans, so she's coming home, and the best friend has been away for the past couple of Christmases, and there's a reason why he hasn't come to their Christmases for a couple of years, and he's kind of like, you're here. And you start to see like the two sides of their feelings, and it's all about the days leading up to Christmas. So it's very like truncated time period. We've got 10 years of history that we're dealing with. It's all like they're fighting over her bedroom, and by fighting over her bedroom I mean they're fighting over the couch. And it's all like, oh, everybody's upstairs, like, shh. You know, so it was very fun in that way. I definitely felt like it was a little too serious for what I like in a holiday romance. I don't mind when holiday romances pull in some of the things that I look for in a regular romance, but because I'm usually reading these in like late November, December, and they're at Christmas time, I do tend towards the ones that have a little bit of fantasy in them. Like, it doesn't have to be a full fantasy book, but if there's like some hint of like Christmas magic, I'm gonna love it. I kind of prefer it when we just stay away from the trauma. I'm like, we don't need to go into these characters like backstories like crazy, especially if it's people you've known for 10 years. Like, I feel like we can kind of get around that, and there are other things that would bring the tension in the relationships. So I liked it enough to finish it, but I got to the end and I was like, it was a little too serious for me. Like, especially at the end, like if you read it, you'll know what I'm talking about. And I was like, I didn't sign up for this. Then I DNF'd The Christmas Crush. It happens to be a male baker in New Hope, Pennsylvania. And there's presumably what is a fictional version of like crumble. I think it's called Sparkle cookies, to be opening on Christmas Eve. And he's worried because he's the only bakery in the town, and I think he only makes cookies. And I made it far enough where they met, they'd been on a couple dates, there were some feelings. Like, I made it pretty far into the book. I wasn't too sold on the narrator, which already had me kind of like, I'm not gonna be mad if I DNF it. And then if I am going into a holiday romance, I want it to be a little steamy. I need a little something something. And if the author is going to make like drop comments about how attracted the characters are to each other in each POV, like talking about being flushed and, you know, thoughts they are having, then I want the door a little open. And getting fully closed door, like the door wasn't even cracked. I was like, I'm out of here. This is so not worth it. We DNF'd that. And then I'm gonna pop it up on the screen. There's a third book that I started that I can't remember the name of, but I am gonna DNF it because I'm just not, it has not grabbed me. And I'm at the point in the year where if it's not grabbing me within the first 2 chapters, we're DNFing. Like, there are so many books sitting on my nightstand right now. There are so many books that I'm just like, I would rather spend my time reading books like the ones I was talking about earlier that make me giggle and happy and yee. That is what I'm reading. I'm looking at the clock. I have to get ready to go because I want to drop off my returns. I went to do it yesterday and then UPS was closed. So I want to make sure that I do that before I head out. So let's go. Hello everybody, it is day 3. We have already been making moves. Like I said yesterday, I just don't plan on showing you when I'm cleaning. I've had my breakfast. I had a cup of tea this morning, and then we cleaned my room because it was in a state. My room probably takes the largest hit in terms of disarray when I'm really, really busy, because all I do is sleep and get ready here. And I just kind of like throw things around. But because I had cleaned pretty recently, it was really easy to sort of tidy things up. And I got a couple of things done, like shredding all. Why am I keeping my AirPod in? Like I had a ton of paper to shred and stuff. So that was my morning. I organized my makeup so it's all nice and lovely. I have everything organized so that I can wash my makeup brushes either late tonight when I get back or maybe tomorrow morning. We'll kind of see. I'll probably want to do it tonight when I get home, honestly. I got a bunch of, well, I found some perfume tucked away from last year. This is the Good Fortune by Viktor and Rolf. I was sent this and I've barely used it. So I pulled that out so that it's in front of my face so that I remember. I picked up this Discovery set from Forever Mood, which I've been really enjoying. And then I did an Ulta order a couple weeks ago, and I'm gonna try and pick all of this up so you can see. I got like a mixed bag of stuff and it came with all of these fragrance samples, which is kind of exciting. It also came with like mouthwash, a texturizing balm thing, which is pretty cool for hair. And then this Natasha Denona single shadow, which I'm really excited to use through the holidays. Perfumes I'm pretty excited about. I am not a big perfume person. I probably know more about perfume than the average person because I worked on a beauty floor and I was trained in the perfumes. I don't know everything there is to know, and I'm pretty bad about like, what am I trying to say? Identifying, there we go, the notes. My friend got this sample of the Charlotte Tilbury Unreal Skin Sheer Glow Tint Hydrating Foundation Stick. And she was like, do you want this? And I was like, you know what? Yeah, because I could try it for foundation and for a bronzing stick. So we're gonna go ahead and try shade 2 out on the face. So this is shade 2 I'm using. Very sheer. I do like how that looks. And I like how it feels. Now, my main issue with this is they haven't really made a great way for it to be resealed. So I'm gonna get some saran wrap and that'll probably be my best bet. Getting ready, I would like to film a couple videos. I need to film my November empties, what I read in November. I would like to film 1 or 2 fantasy fall videos because I'm very behind. I don't think I filmed any for the month of October and now November. But if you're just joining us here on Vlogmas, at the beginning of fall, I set a fall TBR for myself and a challenge of fantasy fall. I wanted to read majority fantasy books. And I do think that I achieved that goal. I also think that by setting that, I have gotten myself back into my fantasy era. I do mostly read fantasy books. That is where my like heart lies. I am not, what am I trying to say? I'm not against other genres. I read quite a lot in terms of like what is out there, but I do find the most joy in fantasy. And I kind of like bouncing around the fantasy genre, like fantasy romance, fantasy horror, epic fantasy, urban fantasy. Like I'll read it all. There isn't really anything that's off the table. It just has to be written well, which sounds counterintuitive, but does need to be said. But I had kind of found by the end of the summer that I had read far too many books that I wasn't excited by this year, and that was my goal for the year, was to read almost exclusively 5-star reads, and I truly failed at that. Because I actually think this year I have the least amount of 5-star reads, which is fascinating. The ones that are 5 stars, I knew were gonna be 5 stars. And some of them weren't coming out until the fall, so that did work out, but it is just funny. I started It Happened One Christmas, and I'm definitely gonna DNF it. 1, I don't like the audiobook narrator, and 2, I am just uninterested in books that spend the majority of the time in the head or like explaining things around the characters POV we're in. It just is not interesting to me, and I don't enjoy that style of writing. So not a lot of like holiday stuff today, because I'm gonna go to work and then the day will be over, but I didn't want to film nothing today, you know? The eyeshadow palette that I'm using today is Rose Quartz by Huda Beauty. I love this palette. I haven't used it in a couple months. It wasn't really grabbing my attention in the summer, but I'm kind of back to these colors. I did my Nuuly return and I'm feeling pretty dejected about my options right now. I have saved probably 20 items. Like, I have them all in different tabs and I keep refreshing them to see if they are back in stock, and they are not available. And this is everything from coats to skirts to sweaters to dresses that I would like to wear either for my birthday or for Christmas. I'm going to see the Nutcracker later this month and I really want to dress up for that. And I'm feeling kind of disappointed. This happened to me a couple months ago. I was waiting to rent something for the opening night of the show I'm currently working on, and nothing was coming in stock. And I can't tell if it's because these things genuinely are being rented by people, if people are kind of hoarding them because they know that they won't be able to get them, if they've been purchased and it just hasn't been updated that it's no longer an available item to rent, or if it's like genuinely at the dry cleaners and hasn't been restocked. But it is really frustrating, especially because a lot of the new arrivals don't feel very holiday, and I'm just kind of like, meh. I'm feeling a little disappointed in my wardrobe choices at the moment. And I know part of that is because I have period brain right now. But yesterday I started having a little crisis and I had to remind myself, I was like, today is not the day to tackle big thoughts. It's just, we need to know when that time is, and it is not this week. I feel like I'm just rambling at this point. Oh my gosh, the Lindsay Lohan movie. We have to talk about it. I watched Our Little Secret on Netflix last night, I showed you, and we didn't talk about it. It was mid. I actually had some of the same issues with it that I had with that book. I'll pop up the thing. We talked about it yesterday. Because again, these people knew each other growing up. They had dated, and then they didn't see each other for 10 years. So yes, that creates like space and tension. But the majority of the time where we're supposed to see them presumably falling in love again, they're just fighting and they're like annoyed with each other the entire time. And I was like, where is it? Like, where's the attraction? Where's the like, oh, maybe I made a mistake, or like, oh, we needed time apart and now then wasn't the right time, but now is the right time, but we're dating different people. And we just didn't get that. It was much more about their work and wanting to please the in-laws for each of them, the mom specifically. And it just didn't feel like a romance. It just felt kind of like a comedy, but yes, but no, but and I just felt really conflicted in the end. And I've been really enjoying Lindsay Lohan's, I don't want to wear a red lip today. Why did I just do that? I've really been enjoying Lindsay Lohan's return to film, and I have enjoyed her past couple movies. I did not like Irish Wish, but I feel like I didn't not enjoy it because of her. I didn't enjoy it because the writing was trash. But I just felt like her and Ian Harding didn't have chemistry on camera together, and it made it really hard to want them to be together. There was some stuff that was funny. We definitely laughed, but there were more moments where I was kind of like, I don't know about that. But I mean, Kristen Chenoweth, man, there's nothing she can't do. I also organized all my jewelry because I happen to have a holiday jewelry collection. So I have, oh, let's not do that. These are the oldest ones in my collection. I have these beautiful, mom gave these to me when I was in like 5th or 6th grade. These beautiful little reindeer, and they have little red noses. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see. So cute. So those are the oldest ones in my collection. Let me hold those down. And then we've got some lights. These aren't necessarily holiday, but they are, I am hoping to get some wear out of them this year. And then I've got some presents, Santa hats, poinsettias that my sister gifted me. I've also got these reindeer, which I love. I think they're so cute. Okay, that's enough of this. Clearly, my Octobuddy has said she's had enough, so let's wrap this up. Good morning. It's Wednesday. It's a 2-show day. I'm rushing to get ready because I woke up with a migraine and I've been trying to see if it will go away. It's like mostly gone, not totally gone. Hoping that my meds kick in soon. I'm never my best the morning of a 2-show day. I don't think I'm ever my best on a 2-show day, which is unfortunate because there are 2 of them in a week. I have some pimples that really want to break through, and I'm like, could you just could you wait until after my birthday, please? It feels like whatever was in my eye dislodged, so that's good. Okay, so we are going comfy clothes for work today because the heat is fully on in the building and it is dry and hot and worse than summer, to be honest. Especially at the end of a 2-show day, all I want to do is claw my skin off, so I'm not gonna put any product on, especially because this area just needs to like be soothed and not stuck under anything. I think I'm actually gonna pack my facial moisturizer so I can moisturize my face throughout the day. I'm gonna put on a little corrector and concealer because when I go makeupless to work, I do get a lot of the "you look really tired" comments, and I am. I am never not tired. I was born tired. I am a tired girl. So thank you so much for pointing that out. This is NARS. It's like the only corrector I use in my videos. Impossible Dream Light Reflecting Eye Brightener Illuminator in the shade, I'm assuming the shade is Impossible Dream. Oh my God. I swear. Jesus. I just have to get a better, oh my God. I have to get a better tripod so that I don't have to keep mounting my phone on my mirror because 1, I'm so sick of cleaning the Octobuddy marks off of it. And 2, my Octobuddy, I mean, it's a suction cup. I feel like the more you use it, the less it works. Either my case is too heavy or my phone's too heavy. Or maybe it is user error and I'm not putting it in the right place on my phone. I don't know. I've stopped wearing mascara on 2-show days because my eyes just freak out. So I will curl my lashes because it makes me look more awake. Mostly because my lashes grow super straight. So when I curl them, I feel like it just opens up my eye with that concealer. I usually end up putting product in my brows, but I think I'm just gonna dry brush them today. I have like pretty okay pigmented lips, but just so that I look a little bit more zhuzhed up, I'll just do a little lip liner in like a natural pink shade. And that's me done. I'm gonna go to work and I probably won't see you for the rest of the day.